Plush Trucker is filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Alright, yes, you saw part 1, and now, yes, highly anticipated, much awaited, now is part 2 of the trucker cooking video. We're going to cook up some hot dogs on this one, some burgers, a couple other things, so strap on in, baby. Let's dive into the cooking, shall we, Rusty? Alright, taking a break here in, where am I? Goodland, Kansas, I think. And I stopped at this 24/7. They got no food in there. Well, they have apparently crispy, crunchy chicken, but not now. So I'm gonna cook up some dogs. Why not? Add more to the cooking video. All right, gotta get my supplies down. All I need for the dogs is fork to turn them with. Let's see, I'll get a plate to put them on. There we go. Alright, my other box got the doggy buns right there. Alright. Got the George Foreman. We'll get that all plugged in and getting ready to go. Alright, so we have all our dog makings here. Our buns, plate, ketchup. I just like ketchup on my dogs. I'm pretty simple. They're the dogs themselves. I prefer the Bar S brand. Classic Jumbo Frank. So we'll get all that ready. All right, light is green, the trap is clean. All right, no, it's not Ghostbusters. Light's green, which means George is ready to go. So we just crack the package open here. Just pull the dogs out. Place them on the old George Foreman. And then we put the lid down. Let them start swimming in there. Yes, it's just that easy. Then I just take my leftover dogs here in the package and I put them in a Ziploc. That's why I always have a whole bunch of these hefty quart Ziploc bags ready to go. Alright, dogs have been in there just probably a minute or two, so I'm just going to turn them around real quick here. Tends to blacken them, which I like. I like a blackened dog. And while that's cooking, got my buns all opened up. Gonna put the ketchup on that and get them all ready to go. Okay, got the ketchup all spread around on my buns there. And check out the dogs. I usually at this point like to flip them over upside down and turn them. Give them a little bit more even cooking. Try to get the part that's not burnt the most yet up before I close the lid again. Okay, I think they're looking pretty good right there. What do you think? Like I say, I like them pretty blackened, so George Foreman does a good job. That was probably a total of maybe 5-6 minutes cooking at most. Place them on the buns. All right, there you go. And those are all ready to go. Then we'll just close that down, unplug it. I will let that cool down and I'll put that away later. Alright, so there you go. 3 dogs on a plate, ready to go. So I'll just throw those up there and I can start munching as I get back on the road. Now I know hot dogs aren't the best thing for you, but from start to finish that took 15 minutes. From pulling everything out, heating up the grill, and cooking them up. And now I get to eat a hot dog while I'm going down the road, baby. Oh yeah. And when you do them yourself, they're a hell of a lot better than those dogs that have been swimming around on those roller grills for God knows how many hours. Cheaper, better tasting, in the truck, 15 minutes. Not bad. Okay, again, now this really isn't cooking, it's just making some cereal, but I do carry milk, I carry paper bowls, and utensils and stuff and boxes of cereal in the truck. So there's another option for you for something to eat. So I thought, well, that's just something else to show. See up here in my cabinet with my clothes, I carry some cereal up here, so that's what we're gonna have now. Got the cereal poured in the bowl, and of course go down here in the fridge for my milk. And this is one reason I didn't want to show this is I found if you buy the organic milk, the expiration date seems to be a lot longer. So this one, when I bought it over a month ago, was good through November 26th. So that way you're not wasting milk. Pay a little bit more for the organic one, but then if you buy just the regular one, it tends to go bad within a week. What if I don't eat cereal at all that week? Well, I'm throwing milk away. I don't like to do that. Alright, set it carefully up there on the steering wheel. I got my cereal all ready to go. Like I say, not really cooking, but you know, at least, again, you're not throwing your money away at the crap in the truck stop. Alright, so I don't know if you can technically call this cooking, but I ordered a pizza earlier today, and also had them deliver a chicken Alfredo pasta. Can't cook this up in the microwave because it's a metal pan, so I've got my paper bowl right here. Alright, the chicken Alfredo is now in my paper bowl, ready to go up in the microwave, and then ready for me to enjoy. Oh yes. Alright, putting it there in the microwave, gonna give it about a good, oh, let's say, cook power. We'll give it about a good 2.5 minutes or so. What do you think? There you go. Let's start it up. And there it is, swirling around, swimming in the microwave. So there you go. Ordered a thin crust pizza earlier today. Gotta have that. Ordered the chicken Alfredo pasta. Put that in the fridge. And now that's going to be my dinner tonight. Just had to heat it up in the microwave a little bit, and there you go. All right, even though I've been driving all night, it's about, 8:50 in the morning Central Time, 9:50 here Eastern Time in Massachusetts. Since I've been up since last night, it's definitely lunchtime for me, so thought I'd cook up some burgers on the old George Foreman, so we can show you how that's done, and the cooking, as the cooking video continues. All right, since we're doing the burgers, this again requires the old George Foreman. There's my George Foreman grill out, all cleaned up and ready to go. I don't think I mentioned on the grilled cheese video or the hot dog video that this George Foreman copper infused grill was only 15 bucks at Walmart. All right, so we'll plug it into the old inverter down here, if you can see. There we go, got that plugged in. Let that sit there and heat up, and I'll start to get everything else pulled out. Back up here to my upper shelf. Pull down the old box. We're gonna need the Reynolds wrap, and I'll show you why for that. I'll take out a fork. I know I've got another knife hiding down here somewhere. There's one. We'll use that to put condiments on the burger. I like barbecue sauce on my burgers. Pull out a few paper plates. I keep down there underneath. Everything has to be in its place, and so everything goes into its place here in the little box. I'm going to pull out some extra forks while I'm in here for Rusty's food, and an extra trash bag. I always like to keep right up here next to the microwave, and the puppy food forks right there in front of my Whirlpool trucker-sized microwave. All right, so got most of our supplies. All right, pulled out my bottom box, which is right here. Because of course, if we're doing hamburgers, we need the hamburger buns. Got the ballpark burger buns. All right, so we'll get those out and get that ready. And of course, the main ingredient for the burgers here in my freezer. Move my bear things out of the way. There, obviously, the bag of great value 100% beef burgers, baby. Yeah. Don't tend to cook the burgers quite as often because it's a lot messier, but I do have a little trick that my buddy Jim showed me, and here's where the Reynolds wrap comes in. You wrap this drip tray, line it with the Reynolds wrap, so it makes for easier cleanup. So once all the grease drips down in there, you just let it solidify, and then you can just pull that Reynolds wrap out of there and throw it away. It's a beautiful thing, baby. Alright, got my drip tray all lined with the Reynolds wrap. Got my burgers right here. Hard part is it's a little too small for 2 burgers initially, as I've found. So I kind of stick them on with each one hanging off the edges a little bit like that. And let them start to cook, and then as they shrink, then I can fit them in there just a little bit better. But we'll start them out like that. In the meantime, I'm going to get the buns all ready to go. I like barbecue sauce on a burger, and I use the Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, we'll get some of that on there. Alright, then we got the Clover Valley sliced sharp cheddar cheese. Clover Valley, that's the Dollar General brand. That means that's where I got this set of cheese. So we'll get some of that put on there. Not the paper. So we got the barbecue sauce on, cheese all ready to go. Alright, now you can see the burgers have shrunk down enough and started to cook, so I can get them both all the way on the grill here with some finagling. We'll just kind of smoosh them in there as best we can so they are not hanging off the edge anymore. And close her up. Alright, let's take a look and see how those burgers are doing. And that one's looking real good. We need to get this one up a little higher on the grill. I think I'm going to go ahead and flip that one over. Yeah, you can see it's cooking better on that side. And we'll flip that one over. Get them a little further up the grill. Make sure they're all completely on there. And close it. Listen to that sizzle. Oh yeah. Close her down. Hear the sizzle. The thing I like about these is even from frozen, they cook up really fast. As you can see, I just threw them on there frozen, and they started cooking away, so not a bad deal at all. So probably a total of 10 minutes maybe cooking at most. For 15 bucks at Walmart, you really can't beat this little George Foreman. I'm almost tempted to get one that's just a little bit bigger, because I could probably still fit it in my cabinet underneath where this one's sitting right now, just so it makes it a little easier to cook some bigger stuff. But for 15 bucks, not a bad way to be able to cook right here in the truck. Alright, just flipped them over one more time, and we'll let them cook a little longer. Alright, just kind of poked at them with a fork and pulled them open a little bit to see how they look inside, and yeah, they're pretty much cooked all the way through. So I think they're ready to go onto the buns and serve them up. So they're hot, so we're just going to grab them by the fork here. Take that, shake it out a little bit. Right there onto the bun. Grab the other one. Shake it out a little bit. Right there under the bun. Hard to do with one hand. Alright. Now we just flip that cheese on there. Add the top bun. And there we go. Couple of good looking hamburgers, or cheeseburgers technically, right off the old George Foreman. Like I say, it gets a lot messier cooking burgers, but I'm going to unplug it now, let it cool down, and we'll let that grease down there solidify. Okay, so from start to finish, pulling everything out, getting it set up, plugging George Foreman in, getting the burgers out, and throwing them on the grill. There they are. Look pretty good, don't they? Fresh cooked burgers right here in your truck, thanks to good old George Foreman for 15 bucks. And some frozen burgers from the grocery store, cheese, and some buns. I'd say that's a beautiful looking thing. Alright, we have to do the taste test here. It just looks good, doesn't it? Oh yeah. See inside. That's a good burger. Hot and fresh. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in to part 2 of cooking clutch trucker cooking. There you go. Part 3 is still coming up. Got a couple more things to cook, and also going to talk in more detail about the stuff you need, and I'm going to show a lot of other things that you can cook that I'm not going to cook, just for example of what is good to have on hand in your truck. Just some other stuff so you're always stocked up and ready to go. Hey, as always, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. We have our Patreon active now. We've got Coffee active now, so if you want to help support the channel, those links down in the description. Also, like if you would like, comment if you would like to. I'll even take bad comments. I expect that, right? Not everyone's going to agree with me, so Tell me I'm full of crap if you want, okay? Ring that bell for notification. As always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty out. Where the hell are we?